Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you are all fine. So, in our last class, we have seen that sound lesson. Am I right? Have you understand that sound concept? Okay. Anyway, in the last class, we have seen some basic terms only, right? So, today's class, we are going to see that some more characteristic properties of sound. Okay. So, until you have to wait, please don't make a sound. Okay. Okay, students. In our last class, we have seen that sound lesson basic concept. Am I right? Okay. So, first 5 to 10 minutes, I am going to revise that what are the concept we have seen in our last class. So, first one, what is mean by sound? Okay. How it will be produced? Okay, and then what are the different kinds of musical instrument is there? Is all the instruments are producing same kind of sound? Obviously no. Okay, and then how can we hear the sound? Okay, and these are the things so far we have discussed. So anyway, the first one, as I said in my previous class, first one, imagine if any one of the period gets over, how will you realize? And one more example, if somebody is calling you, but the voice is familiar to you, so from that voice itself, you can identify it. Okay, so that means which person is calling. So, and then we have seen that how vocal cords are differ from men and women. Okay, so these are the things we have seen so far. First one, I will write that what is mean by sound. So sound means nothing but vibrating body. So all vibrating body can produce the sound. Okay, can produce the sound. Some sounds and all you can see, that means some vibrations and all you can see, but some sounds you can hear only. Okay, some vibration you can feel only. Okay, so for example, that music, this kind of sound you can feel it. Okay, but in some cases, for example, if you are stretching the rubber sheet or rubbers, when you plug that rubber, you feel see some you see the vibrations produced by the rubber bands. Okay, so for example, see here, so if I take one geometry box here or any box, so here they gave one pencil. Okay, so through that pencil I have connected with a rubber band. Okay, so if I plug that rubber band, what will happen? It will produce some vibration and then it will stop. Okay, so this will produce that vibration. So vibration always can produce the sound, but some vibration you can feel, some vibration you cannot feel. Okay, so and one more thing they gave, what are the activities they gave in your book? I will just give a oral view of that. Okay, so for example, in the last class we have seen, no, we have taken, so initially they have taken one pan. Okay, in that pan, if you take a spoon and or metal rod, if you strike it continuously, what will happen? So it will produce some kind of sound. Okay, but anyway, if it is any what's called school bell or whatever that. Okay, so even the cycle bell also. Okay, so it is that cycle bell, just imagine. So when you plug that cycle bell, so it will produce some kind of sound. Okay, maybe depend on your force. Okay, depends on that vibration or depends on that amplitude, it will produce sound. Okay, and one more there, and one more thing is, when you are plugging that cycle bell, that time you can close your palm on that above surface of the cycle bell. So what will happen? That sound will be somewhat very less only when you cover with your palm on the surface of this cycle bell. So when you are not covered with your palm, it will produce a large sound. Okay, and even in your book they gave one more activity. So what is that activity? Take a tumbler. So in that tumbler you can be just make sure that tumbler should be very dry condition, and then you can put one mobile. Okay, so you can put one mobile and just give a missed call to that mobile. Okay, what will happen? So it will produce some sound, right? So it will produce some sound. And if you cover with your palm here, if you cover with your palm and tightly if you closed means same way if you give a ring, so the sound will be not much, right? In the previous, compared to previous one, the sound produced is not much. So because you are arresting that movement of the air. So when the air is present, more molecules are present, it can produce more sound. When the air is compressed, that means when the air is very less number of particles contains, so that time it can produce very less sound only. Okay, so can you understand what I'm trying to say? Okay, so and then we have seen that one more activity they given in your book. Okay, for example, why they give that activity? So before that you have to notice that how can we hear the sound. See, already you know vibrating object can produce the sound, and even in the vocal cords also. For example, what is that? And the windpipe is going no through that windpipe. So here some bulged in your throat, right? So in your throat is there, so somewhat some bulged organ is there, that is called voice box. Okay, so that is called voice box. So that voice box, inside that voice box what will happen? So there will be some stretched membrane will be present, two vocal cords. See, in that voice box there will be some vocal cord is present, two vocal cord. So here also one vocal cord, here also one vocal cords. So in between there will be some narrow slit, a very small gap is present. So through that small gap the lungs will be expanding, no, because already you know the lungs will be what's called inhale and exhale, the process continuously happen. So that time the air molecules are going in that compressed manner and closer to that manner. Okay, so that time it will produce some vibration even while you are making some kind of sound. For example, if you change your voice and then if you are talking means you can feel the vibration when you touch on that voice box. So without vibration there will be no sound is producing. So from this what we can understood, so sound needs medium to propagate. So sound needs medium to propagate. Okay, so this one you have to note. So if there is no medium means there will be no sound. So for example, if you have taken one jar, okay, if you have taken one jar, so in that jar if you put one what's called electric bell or whatever it is, okay, any sound producing machine. Okay, so I just taken as one bell, okay, electric bell I have taken. So just make sure that that electric bell can ring. Okay, and one more thing, so it should be open surface, the top will be. So at that time it will produce lot of sound. Okay, when the bell start to ring it will produce a lot of sound. But when you have just closed with that any cork or whatever it is, just close it, and at the bottom you can, by using that vacuum cleaner or whatever it is, okay, whichever the machines which will take out the air from inside. So I have taken one vacuum cleaner and I'll take that all the air molecules which is present. So that means this portion, if I suck all the airs by using that vacuum cleaner or whatever it is, so here the vacuum is possible. Okay, so vacuum is there. So vacuum means that time even though the bell is it will be ringing also, we cannot hear that sound because inside it is a vacuum, complete vacuum. So if there is no air molecules are present, so that means the sound cannot travel. Okay, so sound needs a medium to propagate from one place to another place or one medium to another medium. Okay, and when the sound, not only it will travel in the solid, but even in the case of what's called liquid and gas also it will be travel. Okay, for example, solid means I said already. So in that one, what's called wooden bench or whatever it is, so here one person is tapping continuously, means if the person, another one person is there, and with the help of his what's called ear, if he bow down, so here what will happen, so if that person is making sound here, so automatically it will be travel to that another person. Okay, so sound it will be what's called traveling in the solid faster. Okay, as I said in my previous class. Okay, and even what's called in our childhood days and all, we are playing with a string. Okay, we have taken one string and we have make one teacup here, and here also one what's called teacup, empty cup. So through that you are producing some sound, so that through that string the sound particle, that vibrated particles can travel through the string, and automatically it can reach to that another person who is hearing, observing. Okay, so we can pass the sound from one place to another place by using that string. So this kind of example only which is called in your telephone signals and all, in the old telephone signals and all, if you seen, that means underground they put black color wires, thick wires and all, they placed under the ground. So through that only the landline mobiles and all it is working. Now it is wireless, but before, okay, so even within 10 years before or 15 years before, so they are using that some kind of what's called landline phones. So there they are using that fibers, the optical fibers. Through that fibers they are passing that signals. Okay, so the next one is what is the next one? Okay, next one, they gave one activity. So if you have taken one tin or any water bottle or whatever it is, make sure that here it should be covered with that rubber sheet. Okay, it should be covered with rubber sheet. Okay, so rubber sheet is covered here. So at the bottom should be open surface. So the bottom should be open surface. So above that you have to put some grains, maybe rice or wheat, any small grains you have to put on that sheet of that balloon. Okay, so here at the bottom you can produce some sound, or you can speak through the bottom. So automatically what will happen, so the sound can travel to the air and it will make some vibration. So if you are making more what's called, if you are speaking louder, still if you are speaking louder means, so the grain will go down, right? The grain will automatically go down. So based on that frequency and the loudness, the sound will be differentiate. Okay, anyway, in today's class we are going to see that sound properties. So what are the sound properties? Okay, what are the sound properties? So first one, you have to know that imagine if a child is crying, identify the voice. And if your father is speaking, identify the voice. And if your mother or sister is speaking, identify their voice. If you notice that the children voice will be more frequency, higher frequency, and your father voice will be amplitude is more but the frequency is less, so it produces some kind of what's called a louder sound. Okay, anyway, I will say that what is maybe frequency and remaining things and all. Okay, so first one, you have to know that what is that frequency. Okay, so frequency is the major factor which will determine that sound characteristics. So frequency means what? So number of oscillation produced in 1 second. In 7th standard you studied that simple pendulum, no? So from that you calculated the frequency, no? So frequency equal to number of oscillation. So number of oscillation produced, number of oscillation produced in 1 second, in 1 second. So this is called frequency. So frequency generally they call it as in terms of hertz. Okay, it is represent as Hertz, hertz. So frequency can be represent it as hertz. Okay. So the next one is, I will say that, see the number of oscillations or number of vibrations produced per second